Hello everyone and welcome back to So Aldo. Today I'm going to make a simple maxi dress using my favorite dress as a pattern. So if you would like to see how, then keep on watching. You can see here I fold the dress in half and I'm going to trace out the bodice. And I'm using these tracing wheels that I got from Amazon. After that, I am just going to trace the markings that I made earlier using this washable marker, and I layered the paper in two pieces so I can cut two patterns at once, one for the front and one for the back. I also trace the dress wrong side out so I can also trace the seam allowances. I will be using my overlocker for this project, so that is about 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. If you are a true beginner, add at least 1/2 inch. I'm also going to trace the bottom of the dress. Be sure that the side seam is at a 45-degree angle. You can Google search it, what it looks like. So I cloned my dress yesterday. Now it's day 2. It's time to do the cutting and sewing. Honestly, I could have finished this DIY dress yesterday, but because I am homeschooling my children, I decided to do it in parts. So yesterday was cloning the dress to make patterns. Now it's time to cut out and assemble the pieces together. So the way I folded the fabric, first I fold it lengthwise and then I fold it one more time in quarter. So that way I will cut two pieces together that is on fold. Now I will cut out the back bodice. Also pay attention to the print of the fabric. If the prints are going up, be sure that your pattern is going up as well, because if you don't pay attention to that detail, your dress is going to look like upside down. I also place the pattern on fold and I'm also following the grain of the fabric, meaning the stretch of the fabric. I decided to add about 1/8 of an inch on the side seam just so the dress is not super tight on me. I do not like a super fitted dress. I like it to have a little wiggle room in there. Now I am cutting the front panel. You will see because the neckline is lower than the back bodice. And I'm also using a stretch fabric for this dress. I will have the link in the description box below so you can see what type of fabric I use. And here I was deciding if I should add a flutter sleeve or just a regular basic sleeve. I decided to do flutter sleeve and I have a tutorial on how to do this. This is very simple. You are pretty much going to slash the basic pattern or the basic sleeve and make it wider. Also cut out the sleeves just because I wasn't sure yet what I am going to do, and plus so you can see how it is placed on the fabric. You place it on fold so when you open it you have a sleeve. And this dress that I am making is size extra small because I'm a very small person. You wear a bigger size, be sure to get at least more than 2 yards of fabrics because I am using 1.5 yards and it is 58 in width. Now it's time to join the shoulder seams. Like I mentioned earlier, I will be using my overlocker or serger for this, but you can certainly use your sewing machine. Okay, I have a secret to share with you. I am fixing or adjusting the back waistline of the dress. This is how to get rid of that fabric that is like bunching up at the back. So you're simply going to trim about 1/2 inch and you are going to curve it to the side seam. That way you will get rid of that extra fabric at the back. That is super annoying. And then I'm going to match the waistline together. Right sides of the fabrics should be facing and I'm going to overlock it. After I search the waistline, it should look something like this. Don't worry if the seam is kind of wavy. If you iron it, it should go away. Going to reinforce the waistline just because the skirt is actually pulling the bodice. It is much too heavy for the bodice and it needed some support. So what I'm going to do is sew a stretch stitch along the waistline. If you don't know what stretch stitch, it looks like this. And I'm just going to sew about 5/8 of an inch away from the edge. My kids are watching Harry Potter at the moment, that's why it's a little noisy at the background, so excuse me. I can hear Professor Snape. And stretch stitch looks like this. It will allow the fabric to stretch. After that, it created a channel and I decided to put a small elastic in there just to make the elastic more stable or the waistline more stable. And the elastic is about 1 inch shorter than the actual waistline. And I'll go ahead and trim that off and I will repeat the same step on the other skirt panel. After that, I am going to tack the ends so the elastic will stay in place. Now it's time to add the sleeve. As you can see, I matched the center fold of the sleeve to the shoulder, and then I am going to match the ends and then pin my way out. For this dress, I decided to add flutter sleeves instead. So I basically did the same thing. I placed the center fold of the sleeve to the shoulder and then pin or clip so it will hold the fabric together. I'm just going to sew it from here to the other end. After that, it's time to join the side seams of the dress. I matched the seams first. I want it perfectly matched. After I join the side seams close, all what's left to do is finish the hemlines and the dress is finished. There will be a separate tutorial on how to sew a knit neck binding and it's going to be super easy and foolproof. That will be next. So be on the lookout for that one. Like always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you enjoy this video, be sure to give this some love by clicking the likes button and leave me a comment below on what you would like to see on my channel. That would help me tremendously. So thank you again and I will see you next time. Bye!